Hi, good afternoon. Today is April 24th, and I am Maureen Laughlin. And to my right is Gina Trucio, and to my left is Drew
Davis.
Oh, God help us. Okay, we'll work on these things. Here we go. Anyways, we have a couple things here in front of us, so we're going to plow right through them. First issue on the agenda is approval of the Administrative Committee March 27th, 2023 minutes.
I think they look good.
Consent agenda. Okay.
Please, Mr. Belknap.
Well, and honestly, minutes just ended this committee. They don't go on to the full council for approval, so this is just the approval by this body.
Okay, there we go.
From minutes.
The next issue is repeal of the resolution 2000-17. And
I'll be covering this one for Cody this afternoon because Cody is out on vacation today.
Where's Cody?
So just a little bit of background on this. In September of 2000, the City Council passed Resolution 2017 that identified additional procedures and process for the consideration of appeals before the City Council. Subsequent to that, so the city did initiate a number of code amendments to address specific procedure requirements for appeals in City Code, but retained this reference to giving the City Council the authority or ability to establish additional procedures and policies related to appeals by resolution. The code amendments that the city made after the adoption of Resolution 2017 conflict with the procedure specified in the resolution. Certainly, the city code would supersede a resolution that is a statement of policy, and the city has since that time has followed the city code and the procedures adopted in city code. But this resolution has continued to sit out there, and just to avoid any potential confusion in the future, we are advising the council to go ahead and repeal this resolution. There are a few details and enhancements to the appeal process that we will be bringing forward to the council for your consideration, probably in the next month or two. But in the meantime, I think it would be beneficial just to the public to go ahead and repeal this resolution just to avoid any future confusion. It is our recommendation to have all procedures and standards for an appeal to be in the city code rather than having some member of the public who may not know there's a resolution that was passed 23 years ago trying to find those types of matters recorded in a resolution. So this will just go ahead and repeal that, and then we'll bring forward some refinements to the appeal process for the council's consideration in the near future.
Any questions?
Not one.
I just wanted to say thank you to finding this before someone else found it for us. And so I was glad that we found that and we're correcting it. Thank you very much. We're moving
Can we
on.
put that on consent?
Yes, that can be on consent.
3. Written decision regarding the appeal of a conditional use permit, 2518 Itani Drive. Amy Hendricks.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Amy.
Thanks for having me. As you stated, yes, today before you, I have the written decision. As you know, council heard the appeal of the applicants at the last city council meeting. Included in your packet is the written decision. And so that is for your consideration today.
The only thing, I think it's well done. The only thing that I see is incorrect is the way their last name is spelled. It's Wright.
Okay, all right. I think that's on the staff report, but yep, it's on the staff report. It's incorrect,
Okay.
but on the actual document, it's correct.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, you're welcome.
Good catch.
Oh,
No, I think I didn't. Good. Thank you.
Perfect.
how would you like to have that?
Consent?
This could be on consent as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Great.
Short but sweet.
That's right.
Amy,
No
think how fun
presentation
this
today or
was.
anything. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're just flying through this agenda.
Yeah, screwing around.
I wasn't sure we were going to get a whole PowerPoint presentation on them, but we all read it, so here we go. The Bennett Lumber Radio Tower Lease Agreement, Bill Belknap.
All right. As the council is aware, we are working on an update and replacement to the city's emergency radio communication system. Currently, we have essentially 2 repeater locations, primary repeater locations. One is on the county courthouse roof, and then we do have existing radio equipment on the top of Moscow Mountain in this location, but it only serves fire and EMS from this location. Underneath the new design, we'll have equipment installed both on Moscow Mountain and Paradise Ridge, as well as 3 other voting receiver sites in town, And then we will be proposing to construct a new radio tower on the Well 10 site located on the west side of town. Also, we'll go from our 2 repeater locations to a total of 5 underneath the new system. Well, 6 actually, if you include the second tower on Well 10. This will greatly enhance and improve coverage for both handhelds as well as portable units across the city and outside the city. This particular location on Muska Mountain will also include a number of microwave antennas. So there'll be 2 radio antennas, and there's a list of equipment in the attachment to the exhibit. There'll be pretty much 2 computer racks full of equipment, along with 3 microwave dishes and 2 radio antennas located on the site. So we have worked with Bennett to establish a new lease to allow for the installation of this additional equipment. And generally, it's a 5-year lease, roughly $3,000 per year for the lease fee payments. Gives us all what we need to complete the update to the radio project. And so staff is recommending approval of this lease agreement to you this afternoon.
Question?
No, statement. I can't be more enthusiastic about the changes and the improvements we're making to this whole system. Just the concept of them not being our emergency responders, early responders, not being able to communicate scares me endlessly. So anything that we do that we can get agreement with, like with Bennett here, makes me super happy.
And we've kind of had continuous issues with this location with existing radio equipment on the fire side. It's gone out a number of times, some due to winter damage that we had this winter, but some just due to some interference. So this will help our new system. We're currently on a combiner system, so there are 1 antenna is being utilized for, I think, 4 different agencies. We will be pulling off on our own equipment now with the new installation. Should help us with reliability as well as transmission quality when we get this completed.
And I like the provision in there that said who is responsible in case there was a problem. If it's this, then this person pays. If it's that, I thought there was a lot of clarification. I have, do you have a question?
I do, but you can keep on going.
Okay, so my question is, it's a 5-year lease, and then under section 13 for termination, either party may terminate this lease on September 30th of each year. Do they, for any reason, my assumption is it's a 5-year lease that basically blocks in the price, but if you decided that we didn't want to do that anymore, all we had to do is give them notice as of September, and that would go in effect in July.
Correct.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure that those 2 things were consistent and that there's no justifications or reasons that one can pull out of the agreement.
Right.
Okay. True.
On the other 3 locations that we're looking at, I'm sure is in the packet. Since I was not aware that this was the meeting happening today, I didn't look at the packet.
Oh, the other locations are not included in this. This is
Okay.
just this 1 lease agreement for that 1 location. All the other locations are on existing city facilities, so we won't have any leases. We will have 1 lease with Idaho Public Television for the Paradise Ridge location. We've just been waiting to get that back from the Deputy Attorney General who reviewed the lease just in the last month. And I did just get that on Friday, and it's currently in legal office for review. So you'll see that lease coming forward probably at the next committee cycle.
So it looks similar to.
Compensation is quite a bit less. So in that location, we'll be paying $500 per year, or I think it's $625 if I recall correctly.
Okay.
But it's essentially a governmentally owned facility, and they have a lower lease rate for other governmental entities.
Great.
This is on Muska Mountain's a privately owned tower, and they
That's
have a different market rate that they charge for different users. So it is, the lease itself will be, well, it's actually quite a bit different just because it's a state lease.
Yeah.
But there'll be similar functions, similar purpose.
Okay.
Consent agenda?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there any other news that we have today that we have to make?
There is
Adjourn?
nothing else. 10 minutes and you were over.
Take note, 4:10, here we go.
I'm impressed.
And we started a minute late, so really it was 9 minutes. Let's go. Okay, it's nice here. Thank you. Thank you for stepping in, Drew.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wait, I'll administer it, Katie.
Just